Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I hope your day is going okay. Thank you. Do the right thing. I'm happy you like my intro. Yes, auntie, yes. So today I am going to discuss Jaylen Lewis first. Okay, I'm going to discuss Jaylen Lewis first. And then after that, I'll go into Dejanay, second part of Dejanay and Nazir from the other live. Based on some comments I read, I'm going to address some things in the comments that were left. Okay, because I don't always go through all the comments and like heart the comments, but I do read the comments. So I guess I can just also be harding while I'm doing it. But I read the comments to see what y'all have to say, and I'll respond in the next video to everybody at once based on the comments. So basically today I'm going to show some video from the night that Jaylen was murdered by Mississippi Capitol Police officers. It's not actually going to show what happened, but it's after when he's on the stretcher. And it's just to give you a look into that night and how they are in Mississippi over there covering up this murder of Jaylen Lewis. Okay. And a lot of times when there isn't a video of something actually happening, it doesn't get as much coverage. But we have to remember those officers are more than likely were wearing body cams. So there is probably footage with the body cam, right? Body cam footage, but they are not releasing any important information. They have only released like a heavily redacted police report or incident report. And in that redacted incident report, they refused to give the names of the officers. So what I need you to do is, if you haven't already, I need you to go ahead and sign the change.org petition for Jaylen Lewis. That's change.org/Jaylen Lewis, change.org/Jaylen Lewis. I need you to go ahead and sign that petition. And I think Stephanie, hey mods, I think Stephanie put it in the chat. So here is it. So go ahead and take a second to go ahead and sign that. And also right now, I need everybody to do what the thumbnail says. If you have a Twitter account and you have not done it, done so, go to Twitter and just hashtag justice for Jaylen Lewis. But go on Twitter. It just takes a second and just hashtag justice for Jaylen Lewis. We need his name to get into the algorithm. And what I mean by that is that when you go on Twitter and type in justice for someone, their name should automatically populate. If someone's name doesn't automatically come up when you are typing it in, like justice for Jaylen Lewis, that means their name is not in the algorithm. And what I'm noticing is that YouTube has prioritized another Jaylen Lewis that plays sports. So that's why when you even search YouTube or anything like that, Jaylen Lewis doesn't really come up for Mississippi, the murder of Jaylen Lewis in Mississippi. The other person comes up. So also what you can do is to help that is to actually search YouTube for hashtag justice for Jaylen Lewis. Like even right now, if everyone goes and searches hashtag justice for Jaylen Lewis on YouTube, it will slowly let YouTube know that people are looking for this hashtag. So that will actually help as well. So I'm actually want to do it too. So I'm just going to go to YouTube and just search hashtag justice. And like as soon as I did it, I think that was just my previous work. I saw Shanquella come up, right? Justice for, let's see, Jaylen. Well, it actually came up, but it was like, yeah, it actually did come up, but everyone, I'm going to click on it. So actually searching for it and then clicking on it. will actually help. So that will show that people are searching for this case, and it will help him to actually gain some rank in the algorithm, because he has a lot to compete with that professional, whoever that sports person is. He has a lot to compete with that person to get his name in the algorithm. Okay, so that's change.org. So basically, let's see where we are at. Okay. So right now we have 1,505 signatures. So that this is actually good, because the other day we were just trying to get to 1,300. So we have got like maybe over 200 signatures. And that's because the family also went on Roland Martin. There were also 2 other creators sharing the petition, Come Get This Commentary, Kiva, and then Down the Rabbit Hole News. They also shared it. And of course, there are people that signed the petition and viewers who also signed the petition and shared it. So it takes teamwork. Everyone joining together has shared this petition, like all y'all in the here that have shared it and signed it. So basically, yeah, he went on, the family went on Roland Martin. Where is it? If you go to the petition, it has all the information you need about the Jaylen Lewis case. He was shot in Mississippi. He was unarmed, and it was excessive unnecessary force used on him. They have not released any, like a real police report, body cam, autopsy, or any information. They are being secretive about a lot of things. They are protecting the officers' identities. So as you can see right here, it says Roland Martin follow-up interview and how you can help get justice for Jaylen Lewis, and Twitter tagging. So yeah, go on Twitter and hashtag justice for Jaylen Lewis. That will help his name get into the algorithm. And I said, first, if you missed the brief follow-up interview with Jaylen Lewis' mother and sisters on Monday with Roland Martin, click here to watch it. It starts at 1 hour and 34 minutes and 50 seconds.
Unlike the family of Tyre Nichols, the family of Jaylen Lewis, Mississippi, they're still waiting for justice and some answers.
You might remember that Jaylen was shot and killed by Capitol Police in Jackson, Mississippi on September 25th. Doing another so-called routine traffic stop. Bullet holes in his vehicle show officers shot Jaylen while he was still inside with the window up. The unidentified officers were placed on leave immediately after the incident. When the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is handling the investigation, Jaylen's mother, Arkila, and sisters Unisha and Alexis join us right now. So, all right, there's an investigation. This is September, okay? October, November, December, January. We're now 4 months. Still nothing? Can y'all hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Arkila, Unisha, Alexis, either one. Again, 4 months. Have y'all been updated on the investigation?
No.
No, sir. No.
Nothing. When was the last time you heard from Mississippi Bureau of Investigation?
No one has contacted us at all. No one.
At all?
We haven't heard anything. No, sir.
So y'all have no idea what the state of the investigation is?
No.
When contacting them, what do they say?
Well, we've been trying to contact them. They really haven't been answering their phones. And all of a sudden, I guess they've gotten a little heat on them due to other people emailing and calling. And now they've said that they released a redacted report, because I haven't even been notified by anyone. And the report doesn't state anything but something about a traffic violation.
Do y'all know if the officer is still on leave, if he's back on the streets?
From what I hear, he's back working. Well, they're back working. It was more than one officer involved. And from what I hear, they put them on administrative pay, leave with pay, and now they're back on the streets working.
Wow. I mean, the fact that 4 months have gone by, and nothing.
No.
I'm trying to figure out what takes so long that you can't do an investigation in 4 months.
We don't know.
Your attorneys, what are they communicating with them? So there's just nothing to your attorneys or to you?
Well, last time you had us on the show, I had another attorney, but since then I've hired Mr. Lee Merritt, and we don't know what's going on right now. We're just waiting. From what we were told, legally they can hold the police report for up to 6 months.
So that means that we would not be able to see the police report for another 2 months.
Correct.
Wow. It is just strange. Again, it's taking this long, and there's nothing that they actually will say to you and the family.
No, nothing.
What are you asking for the public to do? What do you want folks to do?
Just, I don't know. Email people in Jackson if you can. Try to reach out.
Is there a particular email or phone number people should be reaching out to?
Well, I do have a petition that they can sign. I don't have the emails and all the stuff in front of me, but I do have a petition for my son. It's change.org/Jaylen Lewis. If they can go on there, because it seems like that has been putting more heat on them to do something, because like I said, we didn't even get a redacted report. We just got that because there's been a lot of emails and calls made to these offices and these people.
If y'all could get us an email and a phone number, we certainly have no problem sharing that, because they need to hear from the public. It does not, look, we've covered numerous stories. It does not take 4 months to do an investigation. And then for them not to communicate anything to you and your family just simply makes no sense whatsoever.
All right.
So definitely let us know about that. We appreciate you giving us an update on this case. Hopefully the next time we talk, there's actually some type of information where this thing is moving forward.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Back to my panel, Julian.
So again, if you have not signed a petition, it's change.org/Jaylen Lewis, change.org/Jaylen Lewis. And keep in mind, a petition is not just about everyone signing a petition. That helps, yes, of course, to spread awareness. And also definitely sharing helps, because that definitely helps to spread awareness. What really, 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 really helps with the petition is when everybody unites and we do things in groups. And what I mean by groups is that we mass report things, we mass email, we mass call, we mass everything, we mass hashtag, we do it in numbers. There's power in numbers. So what we have to do is try to organize people online, because usually in person, when you are protesting, everyone meets up together at a location, and then once everybody gets to that location, they hold up their signs, they march, or they stand outside of a building. That's how real life, like out in person protests work. Online, everyone has to be on the same page as far as numbers and putting pressure on people. So if we say that tomorrow everyone is going to call the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, everybody that same day is just nonstop calls back to back of people just putting pressure on the mayor. And then the next day we might call the mayor again, the same thing. That whole Mississippi mayor's office be flooded with phone calls. Okay. Same with their email. When they open their email, a bunch of emails pouring in. That's how you can show numbers. And then the petition helps, because when people go to the petition, they say, there's a lot of people wanting justice for this person. How many people want justice for this person? You can easily go online and say, well, there's a lot of people viewing this and watching this, and this many people want justice. But if you can show them like tangible proof or evidence in their face of people signing and sharing and doing this and that, that's when people are like, oh my gosh, well, the petition just had like 200 signatures, and now it's every day it's getting more and more signatures. that means that more and more people are starting to become aware of this. More people are emailing, more people are calling and taking action on this. So that's what she meant, was that she, after all this time, after 4 months, us making phone calls and us emailing has put pressure on them to release something. Have they released what we want? 100%? No, they have not, but it did put heat on them to try to get release something. Sometimes when you put pressure on someone, they'll try to give you a little something thinking that will satisfy you, but it was unsatisfactory. So obviously we did not fall for that. We're still putting pressure on them. And in fact, I had sent out an email to everybody. Let's go back here. Here's the thing. We need to spread this outside of Jackson, Mississippi, where they are trying to cover it up. So please sign this petition. And share this like information to your local news. It could be your local news and other cities in Mississippi. So if we have no people are in Mississippi are covering things up, and it can probably stretch as far as Governor Tate Reeves. We definitely need to make sure that, just like with Shanquella case and other cases that is talked about in different states, so then that everyone can be looking in at Jackson, Mississippi. When you have a town covering up, you obviously can't keep on just talking to the people in the town, because they can just keep on having each other back. You have to bring in outside people, and that includes the FBI, the Department of Justice, Public Integrity, who actually haven't returned my calls. I definitely need to make some follow-up phone calls from the other day from people that didn't return my calls. Yeah. So I definitely will be making phone calls tomorrow. So yeah, even I actually usually send stuff to Nancy Grace like right away. So I will send stuff to her. That's any true crime platforms. Like if you're a YouTuber, you do true crime or things like that, go ahead and spread awareness. We all sometimes have different audiences that can be reached. So if you're a content creator, you make a video on this, let me know, and I'll actually post it to the petition so people can actually check out your video as well. And yeah, like I said, today I need everyone to just go on Twitter. It'll only take a second just to tweet something personal. We need answers. We demand answers. And then just hashtag justice for Jaylen Lewis, because as of this month, as of when I wrote this, his name is not in the Twitter algorithm. So it doesn't automatically come up when you're trying to search for justice for Jaylen Lewis. So everyone keeps on hashtagging that on Twitter, then his name will be. We definitely don't want people to be a hashtag. Oh Lord, we are sick of people becoming a hashtag. The thing is, we also it needs to get into the algorithm, their hashtag names, so they can actually have existence on that social media platform. So that's definitely important, because that's how people will find out more information about someone, is through the hashtag when people click on it. We don't want people to be in hashtag, obviously. That's just a way that we have to be able to communicate through social media, by having a hashtag and being able to find someone and their existence and be able to help with the movement. And lastly, if you have not completed this step, I need everyone to file a complaint with the Department of Justice against the Mississippi Capitol Police Department for violating Jaylen's civil rights and committing police brutality against him. This form can be filed anonymously, and it only takes a few minutes. I kid you not. I know people will call you and say, this will only take a few minutes of your time, but I'm serious. This is only a few minutes, and I'm giving you all the information you need to fill out this form. And a lot of people have, based on the post I made and feedback, people have been following this form, even giving me their proof. 5 minutes at the most. And the more people that file a complaint, the better. If you wish to remain anonymous, just skip over the name and email portion of the form. Actually, I need to edit this, because I actually sent it out twice. Let's see. Let me go to the other email. So I'm glad I looked at this. Wait. This is the second time I sent this out. I say, basically, if you go to the petition page and you go to updates, I'm glad I looked at this. Go to updates, and you'll be able to see all the updates I have on this case. Oh, come on. That's the one for there. Okay, so if you go to, so I'm going to edit that one, but if you go to the one I did 3 days ago, it says, help get justice for Jaylen. Everyone needs to do this right now. His civil rights were violated. Okay, so and if you actually look on numbers 1 through 5, I have all the information. Date it happened September 25th, 2022. Make sure that you check the option that he was mistreated by police, correctional staff, or inmates. He was discriminated against because he is Black, and give details about the incident. And all this information can be found on the petition, and also give the address for the Mississippi Capitol Police, who we are filing the complaint against. All this information is on the petition. And then, of course, save your proof that you actually filed the form. You don't have to send it to me, but just save it for your own records. Now, I did submit the form, and then I did get a response. So if you ever got a response, let me know. I got a response, and it just was basically asking me for more information. They just said they need more specific information for me to clarify everything about it. To make it has to be something about his police brutality, and that it was too much force used, unreasonable, excessive force was used when it was absolutely unnecessary to do so. Okay. So, and then it also has to have an element of racism or a violation of civil rights in there. Okay. So that's why I edited the update to make sure that you include that it was excessive force, police brutality, and that he was unarmed, that his civil rights were violated. So once you include all of that information, the report should go through. And then I wanted everybody to follow this. That way, well, how it'd be, like I said, numbers, we all can, powers and numbers. So if you actually go on the update for January 30th, 2023, I'll actually put it in the chat too. And literally, here's the form right here. It says, contact the Department of Justice to report a civil rights violation. Right. Now, if you want to remain anonymous, you can. You don't have to fill out your name. You have to fill out the contact information. You can just skip that if you want to remain completely anonymous. But obviously, right here, it says, are you now or have ever been an active duty service member? You put yes or no. And then it says you are continuing your complaint without providing email or phone information, you do not have to provide contact information. However, we will not be able to contact you for any status updates or potential follow-up. Would you like to add your contact information now? If you prefer not to, you can go to step 2. Now, for me, I did provide email because obviously I want them to be able to contact me for information and updates. So I definitely did provide email. Okay. You can put no, I don't want to provide it, or yes. And you can actually skip over your name and just put an email. So you don't have to you can just choose which one you want, name only or email. Basically, it's not require any of the information, but you can pick and choose what you want. Okay, what is your primary reason for contacting the Civil Rights Division? And then you would just scroll down to where it says this option. Mistreated by police, correctional staff, or inmates. And it says examples include police brutality or use of excessive force, including patterns of police misconduct. And it is a pattern because within like 2 months, a 2 months time period, like 45 people, Black people, were shot by that same task force, Mississippi Police Capital Task Force. So that is a pattern of police misconduct by that same department. And then they're still talking about investigating all of these things. And that was excessive force because there was no need to shoot Jaylen in the head. without warning, without anything, and following him around in an unmarked car. Kind of, to be honest, like a lot of similarities to Tyre Nichols' case, how it, like the beginning stages, like how it first started. Okay. Searched and arrested under false pretenses, including racial or other discriminatory profiling. Well, the first one will actually be what it will be. That's just an example. So you basically just click on mistreated by police, correctional staff, or inmates. Click that option. And I'm showing you how easy this form is to fill out. So go ahead and fill it out. And then, did this happen while in custody or incarcerated? No, it did not happen. He was not in custody or incarcerated. And then it said, where did this happen? Now, I did give you the address on the petition. I gave you the address. That's why I said, if you go to the petition, the update, I gave the address to the Mississippi Capitol Police. And I'm putting it in the chat now. So and someone watching it like, okay, well, what is it? That's the address. All you have to do is take what I put and just copy it and paste it. Obviously, I'm not going to be submitting this again because I already did one and then I did the follow-up. They asked me for additional information. I'm just showing you that how easy the steps are. And then on this page, it says personal characteristics. There are federal and state laws to protect people from discrimination based on their personal characteristics. Here's a list of the most common characteristics that are legally protected civil rights. Select any that apply to your incident. And we are going to scroll down. I need to actually race. So just select race right here. And then next. We already know that the tables were turned and that Jaylen shot the police officer and said the tables were, it was flip-flopped and turned. That officer, that Jaylen's mugshot will be all over. He will be in jail. His name will be released. Everything about him will be all over social media everywhere. Now, when it's this way, the cop's name is not released. They're protecting the cop's identity. None of the officers are probably back at work. We don't know because we don't know their names to verify the information. Nothing. They have not released an autopsy after 4 months. They keep on saying different things. They released a stupid police report, incident report. And what I mean by that, at least on the incident report, they should have gave the names of each individual officers, but instead they only said Capitol Police, Capitol Police, Capitol Police. I'm like, the whole police department wasn't involved. So just put the individual names of each offender, suspect, perpetrator. Put all the officers' names, but they refuse to do so. Like I said, they're protecting the officers. And I'm going to show you the pictures of the officers again. Okay, we do have pictures of the officers, but they still won't give the name. And I actually spoke to a Bailey Martin, and she said, "Well, if you send the pictures, I'll have some. I can identify them, but someone else will." And she never got back to me. And I'm like, I'm not stupid. You are the public relations. You're the in charge of public relations. You know about the case. You know who the officers are, so you can. So obviously that was just an attempt for her to see what I had. And I didn't send her everything I had, but she wanted to see what pictures I had or what was already out here of those officers. So she can just, like, for her own, like for the department's sake, they were just trying to be nosy and see what we had. And I said, well, you don't want to release the names of the officers. Well, I will release these photos and then maybe somebody out there can identify these officers. So it says you must enter a month and a year. Please use the format. It is important for us to know how recently this incident happened so we can take the appropriate action. If this happened over a period of time or still happening, please provide the most recent date. And for here, you will put 09/25 and then 2022. Now here in this box, you would just give details about the incident and make sure, like I said, this has to be, I can't tell you what to write because this has to, I don't want them to think a bunch of robots and fake people or fake accounts are filling these forms out. I want them to know that this is real people filling out this form. Time, names of people involved, including witnesses, or if there are any supporting materials. Basically, just go, if you read the petition, I have a lot of information on there, and you can just give the information, like the details, just summarize the details based on what you've learned about the case, and also make sure you put police brutality, that it was unnecessary force, that he's Black, that other Black people were shot during the same time frame. Read the petition page and then come to an understanding of what happened. Once you understand, and then give like it's only 500 words that you have to put or less. Okay, you don't have to put the 500 words. And then just submit. If they need additional information, they'll email you if you left your email. Okay. But obviously, if you don't leave an email, at least an email address, then they won't be able to like follow up and say we need additional information. That's why I left at least an email. That way they'll be able to contact me for more information. That's very helpful to do that. Okay, so that's it. See, was that complicated? Nope, it wasn't. Okay, so let me go ahead and show the officers' pictures. Okay, 1 second. Let's show the officers' pictures again. Okay, wait. Okay, here we go. So if anybody recognizes these officers, and you know what, to be honest, it looks like one I recognize, and I have to actually go look at some more of his pictures. But if that is him, then that could actually explain some of this secrecy. But I'm not gonna say 100% yet. But I'm gonna show y'all, and then like I'm gonna look at some officer pictures and everything else and see if I can actually see if I recognize any similarities. But one person, if I'm telling you, looks very similar. He looks like very familiar based on a picture I saw on their website, and he is like high up in more rank. Wait, hold on. Okay, so this is from that night. Let me zoom in. This is actually a better picture of the one in the maroon burgundy shirt. This is actually a good picture of him right here. And four officers were allegedly put on administrative leave, but now they're allegedly back in office. I'm not sure of their current status. They won't give us information. Okay, so these are the pictures of the officers that were there. And the one in the burgundy shirt, and then the one like the looks like camouflage. I think these are the same ones that are being photographed. And what I mean by photographed is that in this picture right here, in this picture, see like camouflage looking shirt, and then he's being photographed by someone. Usually that happens when that person is a part of an incident and they are being photographed like as part of evidence, like to see their physical description and how they look that night, or how they were dressed, or their current, how they currently look for crime scene evidence. And you see the yellow tape right there. And it says, you can see part of the vehicle. It says Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. And that's who's currently investigating it. But like I said, the MBI, Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, they're actually friends with a lot of the Capitol Police officers. They're all like buddy, good old boys, pals, right? So that's one of the officers that's photographed, right? And you see him like in the camouflage kind of green. And then, wait. And then here's another one that's being photographed on top right here. Okay, with the maroon and burgundy, right? Shirt. So both of these are being photographed. So I know that these two are involved in the shooting of Jaylen Lewis. And then if you go down, so these two are being photographed. They are involved in that shooting of Jaylen Lewis. Now, they won't give us their names. That's why I'm releasing the photos. Okay. And then if you actually look right here, it looks like the one in the camouflage green is actually looking at whoever's taking the picture, looking towards that way. Then there's like a black guy on the side right there, on the left-hand side, based on my perspective. And then the guy in the maroon burgundy, the cop far on the broad right. So there's 4 people here tonight. Now, I don't know if all these that night, I don't know if these were all the 4 that were on administrative leave, because some of these could be officers that arrived on the scene to investigate or look into things or just question or be higher in command and like the chief or somebody else. But I do know that, let me tell you, if you go to that website, Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, and you look for somebody that's black and looks like older like that with that cap on, I'm telling you, y'all gonna see somebody. I have to go look at some more pictures, but baby, I'm telling you, if it's him, I can see why that if he's involved. I don't know if he came there to be like the higher person up and try to see what's going on, or if he's actually involved in what happened. I don't know. Okay, so that's why I'm not going further with that. But if he is, I can see why it will be more trying to cover up this incident and not give out any information. So yeah, this is the better picture of the officers. And I do know, like I said, the one in the burgundy maroon shirt is involved. It took pictures of him at the crime scene, and then the one in the middle. So both of them are involved. Now the other 2, I don't know, because I didn't see them. I don't have a picture of them being photographed, but I do know 4 were put on administrative leave. And like I said, if that one black guy right there on the far left is involved, that can also be another reason. And also I noticed that these officers are like plain clothes, and they were also in unmarked cars. So yeah, so something is going on, right? Unmarked cars and then plain clothes. But do Capitol Police officers, I would have to check and see like what's their typical uniform. But I do know it's unmarked car. And remember, that's what happened with Tyre Nichols' case. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you video as well. Now, I definitely did not want to show these videos, and it can be very traumatic. So if you are a person that cannot, it can be triggering for you to view this. This is author Jaylen was shot that night. And you know what? They actually took, I think, like 30 minutes to get him, like to try to get him to the hospital. So they actually took their time getting him to the hospital. Took too long for someone with that type of injury. with that type of injury to take that long to get him emergency help. They had him just sitting there for a while before they on the stretcher before they got him there. And remember, a lot of times the paramedics can get in trouble too if they didn't do exactly what they're supposed to do right away to help someone immediately. So again, trigger warning for those who are sensitive to viewing someone that's injured, that has been shot in the head, execution style, excessive use of force, then this is just a warning, pre-warning. Okay, so
Man, it's gonna be all right. Man, oh, man, inside the head, bro.
that's so sad, right? You can actually see his head is bandaged, and his friend is like, "Are you all right?" And yeah, so he did. Obviously, the next day, it was September 26th, he passed away. And since 4 months, it's been 4 months and no answers, just complete cover up. And if you actually go listen to my phone calls and other things like that, and my interactions with these people down in Mississippi, they are completely covering up, not acknowledging, not addressing it, and just completely just covering this up. That's why it definitely needs a lot of attention. It needs to be, everyone needs to hashtag and send this to everyone they know so it can actually get more attention. So sometimes, a lot of times, we are used to cases or incidents where it's all over the news. It's all over the news already. And when by the time we hear, it's all over the news. A lot of times, in some cases, you have to be the person that takes it off the ground, where it's something that's not all over the news yet. It's not a lot of awareness of it. So you have to be the one on the ground actually getting it into the media's attention or getting it off the ground to bring awareness to it. So that's kind of what's happening with this. So like I said, the Department of Justice did respond for more information, but I will update if they actually respond to me. And if y'all have any updates as well, if you hear anything, let me know. So let me go ahead and show that video again. And I'm going to show a different video from when they left the scene. And then they also went to, they actually said that they beat the emergency care paramedics to the hospital. They beat them to the hospital. Now, how can you beat them to the hospital? That's how you know that when they had left the scene and they went to the hospital, they were already there before the paramedics got there. How does that work when they can turn on their lights and get theirs like Speedy Gonzalez?
Man, it's gonna be all right. Man, oh, man, inside the head, bro.
Like an officer just hung around in the room with Jaylen Lewis, like, just to her, she got the impression that he wasn't really there, like, out of concern. He was just hoping that he would just go, like, pass away, like he was just waiting for that. The way his vibe was, his energy levels. Okay, so then the next one is when the friend and everything else is already at the hospital, and then finally the paramedics arrive after them. So we have to also look later on at the time frame, like, why did it take for them so long to get him emergency help? Why? Answering emails, everything else. Won't even give you the name of the person who shot your relative or anything else. They won't give you the autopsy report, nothing. But the death certificate, on the death certificate does say it's homicide, shot by a police officer. That's what's on the death certificate. So they are saying it's homicide shot by a police officer. And then also on the redacted police report that I posted the other day, it says traffic violation, but it does not give what traffic violation. What? They didn't, like, what incident report doesn't say like what traffic violation, what was it? Most of the time they'll give some kind of penal code, some kind of code for what was violated, but it was nothing on there at all. So that's how you know it's a cover-up, because they have to make up how they're going to address everything. That's why they wanted the pictures. They wanted the pictures I had because they wanted to see what I had so they can continue with their cover-up. I mean, like, how can you cover up something if you don't know what's all out there? Because you might say something, then somebody else might have evidence or proof or something to the contrary. Y'all, let me show you this. Okay, their friends and family are at sure.
Man, it's gonna be alright. Man, oh, man, inside the head, bro.
Attention, they have to make sure that when they're trying to cover up, they have to cover up this right here. Look at this. Hospital. Now, nobody gonna tell me that you can go to the crime scene and you can see somebody being put on a stretcher and you're gonna beat the ambulance there to the hospital. You're gonna be out there waiting and waiting, and then they finally gonna arrive. You're gonna beat an ambulance to the hospital. Tell me. Tell me how. All right. So, like I said, go on Twitter and hashtag Justice for Jaylen Lewis. Also on YouTube, hashtag Justice for Lewis. Everywhere. Also sign and share the petition. Just in a few days, when Roland Martin come get a commentary, Dani Rabbit Hole News, me and y'all subscribers and viewers, everybody combined, we have actually gotten way more signatures than I thought this week. And trust me, I was saying like by Friday, I was trying to make it a goal of 100 per week because it's just getting off the ground. But shoot, like it's Friday. I was like 1,300 by Friday, and we already have 1,500. So y'all good job, everybody. Good job. And I'm so happy when I saw that post I made the other day. Look on my community post. I made a post, and a lot of people was like, done. Like, we got this, done. That means done. When I mean done, they meant that they had filed that complaint with the Department of Justice. So I know the Department of Justice got a lot of those reports. And I expect more. So that's why I said it takes a team, because look, this just doesn't make any sense. So this is not making any sense. This is a complete cover up. And go watch my other video when I made phone calls. They are all covering up good old boys down in Mississippi. Okay, so I think I covered everything for Jaylen Lewis. Like I said, change.org /Jaylen Lewis. They say it's a traffic violation, won't release that. They won't give the names of the officers, individual officers. And here, this photo, they won't release the autopsy, but they have the death certificate. Obviously, you can always get your death certificate and it says homicide, but the autopsy would give way a thorough detail, more information. They don't want to release that, obviously. And they said that once I sent pictures to them, they will identify the officers. I sent the pictures and nothing. They just wanted these pictures. They wanted the pictures. They wanted the pictures to see what evidence I had and what I had to put out that was going to be out here. And they was like, are you part of the media? Because they wanted to know if I was part of the media because they were afraid that these pictures would be put out by the media. And I wish the media would. But to be honest, a lot of people in not North Carolina, I'm getting Mississippi ain't reporting on this and putting out these pictures. Like, what news media would not want pictures from that night? That doesn't make sense. Maybe they'll take the photos of him on the stretcher and put that. We'll see. But who wouldn't want pictures from that night? Like, think about it. If you were in any area and you had pictures from a scene, most media would want it. But to me, they might actually be buddies with some of the news people down in Mississippi. I don't know, but it's fishy. So let me go ahead and send out the videos of him right on the stretcher and see what they do then. Because to me, that's why I said this needs to go outside of Mrs. Jackson, Mississippi. Some country people now. I'm not saying nothing about country, but yeah. Y'all can hear me. But I'm just saying. So, okay. Let me read your comments and then we're going to switch over. And what I'm going to do is, because these are two different topics, I'm going to discuss both topics, but I'm also probably going to later on split the video and then separate the videos and then like make a different video. Like basically I'm going to have the same live, but I'll split it later. One thing to keep in mind is for Jaylen Lewis and for Shanquella, both are 25, and that's at a time when the person still has their whole life ahead of them. That's too young to die at 25, to be murdered at 25, and demanding answers and wanting answers for both and justice for both. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch over to. Okay, did I cover everything for Jaylen Lewis? So I think that's all the updates. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add videos to the playlist. So if you don't know about the Jaylen Lewis case, make sure you check out the playlist on it. Okay, at this timestamp, I am switching over. Yes, thank you for modding for me. Stephanie Dukes. Hey, little boss lady. This year has already been emotionally draining, and we're only 1 month and a day in. Wow. Thanks for sharing, Trees. Also, check out All About the Trees channel. She did an interview, I think, with the victim of Larry Reed. So check out All About the Trees channel. Thanks for sharing, girl. And yeah, and also congrats on your growth, channel's growth. Yes, this is the report. So it only takes a few minutes to fill out that form I showed. Gwen, hey Gwen. Hey Erica. So I'm going to read the comments I have now for Jaylen Lewis before I switch over. Hey Marie. The good old boys version of the Scorpion Task Force. Yes, it's a lot of similarities here. A lot of similarities. And look, unmarked cars. Look at the outfits. What they're clothing like plain clothes, right? So it's a lot going on. Like I said, that black guy right there, if you go to that website, he can easily see based on the body frame, how he's dressed and everything else, who that is. But I want to get better pictures. Wait 1 second. Yes, this is Chainsaw Org / Jaylen Lewis. That's my main channel. Okay, so hey, Avoidable Owl. But like I said, for 4 months, it was nothing. But then applying pressure, like I said, pressure and put on next does help. So they finally released something, but it's not good enough, not sufficient. It was insufficient. This makes me so angry. There was 8 people totally on the. All Oh, you're talking about Tyre Nichols. Yeah, that was uncalled for and brutal. And people that's just a lot too, that Tyre Nichols. Shame, 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 shame. Hey, Jenny. There is no need for excessive force or then prolonging him medical help. Makes no sense. Exactly. To me, I'm telling you, to me, when people prolong medical help, just like even with Shanquella, I think that people are wanting the person to die. And they want the person to die because that person won't be able to defend themselves if they die. If that person survives and they're really injured, they can say certain things and say, you did this to me or you did that to me. They can speak for themselves, right? But if the person dies, then you can make up stuff and lie on them. So to me, I think people want people to die after they do something savage and brutal. Hey, Karen. Prayers to his family and loved ones. Yes, continued prayers. You're definitely shaking the tables on this one, Dani. Thank you for everything you do. And I'm just one person, so it's everybody combined. It's everybody combined. Thank you, Carmen. So yeah, good job, everybody. It's teamwork. Teamwork. Like I said, trust me. Go look at my community posts, like on both of my channels. And when I post something, so many people are liking it and also like taking action on it. So teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah, please don't forget to hit the like button. Traffic violation, driving while black. Exactly. 4 months. Okay, traffic. Okay, 4 months. And you can't tell me what the traffic violation was. You can't say what the officers' names are. The police report, I kid you not, it says it just has Capitol Police Department. It doesn't say like the officers' names. Since when did they just put the department name instead of all the officers' names involved? And it says redacted, but they have Jaylen's name showing, but then they don't have the officer's name showing. They have Capitol Police Department. He was gone. I'm so sick of the so-called public servants. That's why the paramedics took their time. Damn. He wasn't gone. You mean Tyre Nichols? This is about Jaylen Lewis. Jaylen Lewis did not die until the next day, September 26th. So he wasn't gone. But think about it. Taking a half hour to get him help, that half hours was very key and pertinent to get him help during that time period. So Jaylen Lewis shot on September 25th, 2022, but he didn't die until the next day. But if someone has a head injury, shot in the head, you need to get them to the hospital. Be careful, Dani. Bald guy looks like, I'm going to say the name. I can't remember who I saw, but the exact name of the person, but and also I don't know if that person is involved. I only know the two people I can say for sure are the one in the burgundy maroon shirt and then the one like in the middle like camouflage greenish outfit on. The black guy, yeah, he is an important person there. And if he is involved, what they said it was 4 administrative leave. So I don't know if these are all the 4 or 2 are just there and then the other 2 came at another time. I don't know. But one thing for sure is that the black guy does know something either way because he was there that night talking to those that were, obviously. And sometimes what happens is on the regular, like the police officers, the chief or somebody higher up will come out on the scene to like ask questions or help with it. So I don't know. So that's why I won't really say besides those 2. Okay, when nature calls me, I'm talking about the Jaylen Lewis case. I think you're talking about Tyre Nichols. So I'm not talking about the Tyre Nichols case. I'm talking about Jaylen Lewis. It's a totally different case. But there are some key similarities. Okay, so that's all the comments on Jaylen Lewis. So let's go ahead and move on to Okay, Nazir, I'll do Nazir first because it's just a quick update from the other day. Hey, Vanya. It looks like in Jaylen and Tyree's murders, the officers abused their power to get back at them for personal reasons. Well, I don't know if it's a personal reasons angle in there. I've been hearing things about that for Tyree, but I actually have not looked all the way into everything about the Tyree case. And the reason I have not looked all the way into everything about the Tyree case, because if you can, my hands are actually full and busy. I have to look into things about the Jaylen Lewis and Shanquella, so I haven't really looked all the way into any other cases, to be honest. Now, briefly, I did look at something today, but not like all in like to it to really see what's going on. But I don't. There's nothing personal reason here besides it's racism going on here for Jaylen Lewis. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so basically for Nazir,
Tyree Nichols, the family of Jaylen Lewis of Mississippi.
For Nazir, let me pull it up. Wait.
They're still waiting for justice and.
Let me pull this back up. So basically his rapper name is Lil Banks. And if you actually go to this website, he actually has songs on here. So this is what I wanted to show you. So he has like his album on here. I'll post a link because I'll go ahead and share the link. Let me show you. So basically it's not just talking about his songs. My other video on Nazir I made recently, you'll be able to see some of the videos and other things, that music videos he made and songs. So watch my last video. Mods, one of my mods post a link to my last video, the Nazir's music. If you actually look up Truth Teller Dani and then Nazir's music, you'll be able to watch his music videos if you haven't watched that video. And basically on here is what was released 2018. Well, actually, this is like different songs than before. Yeah, these are different songs that I posted the last time. Yeah, this is different. Well, let me see what this.
She gon' hold on that phone, she gon' break it down. Man, I fell in love, how that people, they go round and round. I'm tryna take her home, beat it up, we can go round and round. Just keep it on the low, she solid, baby, we'll make it sound. I know that these niggas be
I just said Brick City 840 put, oh, on my mama, you the lamest nigga I ever heard of. And then somebody put, get them, fam. Well, some people leave it. It says trying to name his shit off the money bag. Yo, shit, corny ass nigga. And then this is his mom. It says, Tiradon 77 says, very proud of you, son. Words can't express how I'm feeling for you. So this is 5 years ago. His mom wrote that. And then it actually says Winter D. So 5 years ago, Winter knew Nazir. She put this whole mixtape is fire. You up next, period. Oh, and look under it. Look, it says Deja 315. 5 years ago, up next. So people were wondering like how long Nazir knew these two, right? Well, and also based on how long he knew Shanquella. But as you can see, Winter is here. His mom is on here, and then also Deja. And then somebody says, my nigga's straight. That's somebody, Kenny. And then One Von, yes, sir. So, yeah. All right. Thank you, Jenny. So I never really clicked on this before. You can't really click on it. but Winter Donovan and also Dejanay. So they knew him from 5 years ago. So I don't know how long they all knew each other for. And that's why I'm telling you, I think that Dejanay, remember, I think that when she left that school playing girls basketball, that she actually went to a school in Charlotte, North Carolina, and that's how she met up with some of these people in high school. But I cannot see which high school she went to, but most likely I probably see she probably went to the same high school as some of these, the high school they went to, are in the same area, because you don't always have to go to the same high school. Sometimes you could be in the same locale or city. And then, so let me search up Winter D and see if I actually can get her profile if she has one on here. Or maybe just left a comment. No, I guess it's just for the artists. Well, I'll look into this more later, but basically I was just letting y'all know the time frame. So if anybody listens to this is older songs from 2018. The ones I posted the other day were from 2020. So I'll go ahead and post a link in the chat. And yeah, so he knew them. And I was actually thinking that he didn't know them that far back, right? But apparently so. He did. Okay, so that's a link for Nazir. Okay, so let's go moving on to Dejanay. So he had Winter Donovan, Dejanay, and his mom gassing him up, and some other people. And some people were telling him the truth that it was trash. Okay, so my last video on Dejanay, I showed some old Dejanay Jackson. Actually has her name there, and she was in Connecticut. And actually, I saw her mom. I seen her mom, and her mom is in Connecticut. Unless she moved again, whatever. But based on her address, she's in Connecticut. And a lot of her family in Connecticut, just like Malik. Okay. So anyway, people are like, some people are thinking about this because they're like, well, she looks different. I'm like, if you actually think about it, and somebody is in high school and they're going to be like slimmer, and then they get the other pictures, we see her now. This is from like 2014, and then the other pictures you're seeing now is when she's older, from 2023, in her 20s. So y'all, some people are not really making sense. But so in this video right here, this is actually, like I said, can be used against her in court because it's showing that she knows what to do in emergency situations when someone needs help.
Oh my gosh, bro, he's having a heart attack. Someone call 911. Hello? It's an emergency. He's having a heart attack. Yes.
So she knows exactly what to do in medical emergencies. I'm actually going to send this video to the FBI and the DOJ email I got. And this actually can be used against her. Like, she knows exactly what to do in emergency situations.
Please come now, hurry.
25.4% of all the deaths in the U.S. today are caused by heart disease. Heart disease is a disorder that affects the heart. Heart disease is narrow.
But anyways, look at her face in this video. So I'm gonna show y'all. This is that, like,
there are different types of
my research skills are on point. Okay, this is Dejanay from Connecticut when she went to Schofield High School in Connecticut, and her pictures from high school. And this video was a high school extra credit project. And I'm going to show you, this is her from 2014. I'm also going to show her recent pictures on her Cancun trip. Because sometimes y'all can be fooled by somebody look older with makeup and a filter. But if you actually look closely, hold on. Wait.
Having shortness of breath can be caused by smoking cigarettes. Nicotine is in the smoke reduces how much oxygen your heart gets. Also, it raises your blood pressure, speeds up your heart rate, creates blood clots, and harms the insides of blood
Exactly,
vessels.
PM. It can definitely be used against her. So I will
Heart
be sending
attacks can
it.
be treated, but early treatment can prevent or limit damage to heart muscle. Heart disease can be treated by physical active, following a healthy diet, and quit smoking.
Thanks for joining my second channel, Miss M. Okay, so that's that.
Also, of the most common warning.
Okay, so then we have this. Let me show you this. Hold on. Now pay attention. Look at Dejanay's face. Some people are talking about, oh, that don't look like you know that plaid, that picture of her in the plaid like striped shirt, and then the other picture, baby. Have y'all ever heard of makeup, that MAC makeup, Fenty, whatever she used? Makeup, I don't know what brand she used. And then somebody added on a filter, because look, you see how this is how she looks. You see her face? This is her without that, all that other stuff. Because sometimes, trust me, you want to really know how you look. Sometimes have somebody else take a picture of you, and then they ain't gonna add all that filters and all that other stuff to make you look good, right? So let's look at her without some of the extras, and then you'll see like more similarities. Y'all can't be sitting there kind of compare, y'all sitting there trying to compare filtered makeup photos and self-uploaded. When I mean self-uploaded, that means the person uploaded the picture themselves. Because trust me, unless somebody is cuckoo or crazy, nobody ain't finna upload an ugly picture of themselves. They're gonna make sure it's got a filter on point. They're gonna make sure they makeup. They're gonna make sure it's on point. Now, somebody else, a friend, a family member, now they will take a picture of you, and they don't care how you look, as long as they look cute. As long as they looking cute, baby, they will post you up looking crazy. Like, why you put that picture up? Like, you know, I'm looking a hot mess. And then you look at them and you see why they put it up, because they looking good. But okay, so this is her face.
Symptoms of.
So y'all, and then this is her in high school, okay? So y'all got to pay attention to somebody without the filters and makeup. Don't be sending me a picture and say, this is how Daejhanae looks when her face is beat. And then she also has a filter. Like, we have to do unfiltered, no makeup. That's the comparisons we need here, okay? And also account for age difference in sizing. Okay, so let's go back. Wait. And then also pay attention to this. Look at all the girls on this ATV. It's clear in this photo that Dejanay is bigger than the other girls. People come in all sizes and shapes and this and that. Dejanay is bigger and bigger bone than Winter, than Joya, than everybody in this photo, even Elise. She's bigger. And this is from a different trip, Cancun. She's clearly bigger. She's taller. Her feet are bigger. She has bigger bones. And her face is strong. This is her body size. So people are like, oh, well, in that video attacking Shanquella, who is that? That's a man. That's this, that's that. That's somebody bigger. Look at her size. You have to actually look at somebody and compare them with other people. Look at how she was looking like. Well, Joya is actually bigger now, but if you actually look to how she looks on the far right, and then how Dejanay looks, look at the body sizes and comparisons, and then think about how would Shanquella look when they say she was short. We saw she was short. How would she look on this ATV? Most likely, she will be smaller than Winter wearing the pink, and she will be probably probably kind of like a little probably bigger than Joya, how Joya was in this picture. So she'll be like in the middle of Joya and Winter. So then you'll see that the body comparisons there. You see what I mean? So you have to actually pay attention. A lot of times people don't do that matchup. So that's obviously was Dejanay brutally attacking Shanquella. That's just a dumb conspiracy. I don't even know why I'm dressing that thing. And yeah, this is how Dejanay looks more unfiltered and with makeup. Let's go. And here's another photo for comparison. Okay, we have Elise, we have Winter, and we have Joya, and then in the back we of course have Dejanay. Dejanay, who is the tallest person in this photo? Who is taller? Dejanay. Who is more bigger bone? Dejanay. Who is more like thicker? Dejanay. Okay. Look at all the body comparisons, and then you would say, if Shanquella was in this photo, where would she fit in? Most likely she will be smaller than Elise and probably Winter, and then she'll be in the, like, probably Joya is bigger now. And then, well, I'm talking about in this photo, she'll probably be in the middle somewhere between these photos. She's not as tall as Elise is. She's shorter. So she'll, so basically you have to compare people to each other. And so you'll see that it's possible that if you have, like, let's pretend like Joya right there in the gray sweat bottoms. If that was Shanquella, and then her and Dejanay with the yellow helmet on, right? The yellow helmet. If they were going, like, if Dejanay was attacking Joya, like, let's look at the size comparisons. So that is a possibility. And I also don't know how tall Joya is compared to Shanquella. Okay. But yeah, Dejanay is clearly bigger frame than the other girls. And you can see it on the ATV. You can also see it standing here, and she's taller. And here's a more closer up, and you can see she's taller than the other girls. You see where their helmet asses, head ends. And then you see how she's still up, she's taller. You see that her shoulders are more broader. Okay, just people have different body shapes and sizes. And then also pay attention. Look at her face. You see how she looks? Does she look like that Sprite that all the other pictures we see with the filters and with the filters and makeup, her face beat? Does she look like that? No, we see like her in more of her natural state. We see an older version of that picture, that person I showed in the video, older person that has put some weight on, got bigger, obviously grew up and got older, and we see them right here. But yeah, pay attention to sizing. So obviously people are not paying attention to Dejanay. They're paying attention to how someone looks like from far away instead of like close up, I guess. Wait. So yeah, this is more how Dejanay looks and not the photos that y'all have. Who are you talking about, Dane? Because I know you're not talking about Dejanay. But that's more than that. Okay, and this is them in the pool. Wait. Like swimming with the dolphins. Wait. Yeah, so basically people need to pay attention. So like I said, don't at me again. Don't at me again. Send me a picture of somebody with the face, with their face be a picture they posted themselves. First of all, they posted the picture themselves. They have on makeup and they also have using a filter. Don't send me that picture and then compare it to their unfiltered pictures, because that's not gonna work. Y'all know good and well how y'all look with face beat and a filter and then without. Like, stop. Come on now. Some people could, yeah, some people be catfishing. Y'all see her swimming in this water. She be catfishing. She's swimming in this water right here. She be like a catfish. I'm telling you, she a catfish. This is how she really look on that ATV. Wait. Right, yeah. That's how she look. How she look. Okay, so chicken legs. Okay, so what else did I have to go over? Oh yeah, let me also discuss this picture. This was about this. Hold on. This is basically just addressing some conspiracy things and some other. Where is it? So basically, I'm just showing how another way to observe photos is actually comparing sizes or comparing objects in the photos or comparing people amongst each other. Okay, so let's go over this picture right here. This is heavily debated picture of Shanquella, Dr. Carolina Ornelas, and then we also have the two paramedics. And I already found the paramedics. Mavi, I know for sure the one standing up with the backpack is a woman. Her name is Mavi. I already had a conversation with the receptionist where she works at, and the picture was confirmed. But yeah, I on my channel, like I said, I have confirmed that this picture is real, but there are a lot of people that don't believe it's real because Shanquella her body is bloated and appears is obviously bigger than what it is. Okay, so basically what happened was a good way to look at this picture for like a comparison is to look at Mavi, who is standing up. You see her body frame. So I isolate people. I look at Mavi's body frame, who's standing up, and then also look at the paramedic next to her, who's kneeling, and then also look at the body shape and frame of Dr. Carolina Ornelas, who is kneeling in the uniform, the doctor. Okay. And people are still calling her a nurse, even though I've shown proof based on the Mexican database where you can look up who the licenses of doctors and professionals that she is a licensed doctor who graduated in 2021. So she isn't a nurse. People are still going with that, even though there's concrete evidence and proof that she is a doctor for real. I don't know. A lot of people believe in all types of conspiracies, and I won't really address all of them, but some I will address when I just have time. Like tonight, I'm addressing some conspiracy stuff. Okay, so we have Dr. Carolina, and then we have her. Now, if you just look at Shanquella by herself and just look at her, focus on her body, it looks, I would say bigger. But if you actually compare it to everybody else's body in the room, it actually looks small. Like if you look at Mavi and then look at Shanquella on the floor, then you'll see that Shanquella is small. If you actually look at the other paramedic that is kneeling down, and then you look at Shanquella, you'll see that she's small. She's smaller than those two frames. So she's smaller than Mavi, obviously, that's standing up. She's smaller and framed than the paramedic that's kneeling down. And if you actually look at the doctor in her, that's when you'll be like, which one is actually smaller? You'll see that because the doctor is actually turned the other way. But you can actually see that it was kind of like more of a matchup with those two. So if you actually look at side, like close up, but you will actually see that it's Shanquella who's thicker than the doctor. So then, but you will say that the one kneeling down, the paramedic kneeling down is bigger, Mavi is bigger, and the doctor is smaller. But if you actually go look at Dr. Carolina, she's really skinny. At the time when Shanquella went on a trip, she wasn't like as petite as some of the older photos. Some people are still posting photos of her from high school and not pictures of her more thicker when she got thicker. So y'all need to be actually posting pictures of her when she's thicker now, when she's thicker, than posting pictures of her when she from high school and more petite. So make sure you're actually using more up-to-date photos. So anyways, let me show you a better picture of the paramedics. Where is it? Hold on. So I'm going to show you a different picture of the paramedics. So basically, once I saw the pictures of the paramedics, and then I like look at their body size, and then compared it to Shanquella on the floor, then it makes it more better, like for people to see like the true size of the person on the floor. Yeah, hold on. And that's the same thing with the picture of them all standing up outside with Dejanay and sitting on the ATV. When you make comparisons between Joya Elise at that time compared to Dejanay, and then you imagine how Shanquella will look in comparison standing up. She'll be more along with that in the middle of probably Joya Elise and Elise. Okay. That can get people confused, Joya Elise, and then there's Elise Hyatt. There's two different people. Okay, so let me upload this picture. Okay, so the paramedic sitting down, this is who I think that is, because him and Mavi are usually together as like a partner, like paramedics. They're usually working on things together. On. Okay, Mavi is the one that is by the wagon in the back. That's the one that was that's standing up, Mavi. And I already talked to the receptionist where she works, and she knows her pictures are online already. She already knows that. I said, do you already know that Gerardo Zuniga posted Mavi's pictures online? They said they already know. So basically, they confirmed that it was the real picture, and there was them of her being posted. But she said for me not to call back anymore. And I actually tried to call back some more. Well, I had one more question, but nobody answered. I think they have my number. They know who it's me. They know it's me. But anywho, that's Mavi in the back. And then the guy that she's looking up at, like she's looking up, that's the one that's kneeling. The one that's holding the Red Cross white box kit. And what is that? I can't really see because I'm on StreamYard, child. Anyways, he's walking up the hill and she's like looking up. That's her partner, like person. I would say partner. That's somebody that she in a lot of pictures with, right? So that's how his body size. That's how his body looks, like more like standing up. And then that's Mavi in the back. Okay. And then so basically, Shanquella on the floor is actually smaller than these two. She's smaller than the one right there, the guy walking up the hill. She's smaller than him. And she's also smaller than Mavi. So let's go back to that picture. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. So Mavi is the one standing up, and then that's the guy that was going up the hill, kneeling down. That's him. So the Shanquella in the photo is actually smaller than those two paramedics. So that's how you can tell that even though Shanquella is swollen and her body is bloated, she's still not bigger than the two paramedics. She's still not bigger than them. So then it brings her body size into a better comparison of how she really and realistically looks. Yeah. And then from there, you actually compare the doctor and her. And do I actually have Carolina's pictures downloaded here still? Why'd you say damn? What did I do? What happened? Oh, I think that was earlier. Good night, unvotable all right. So let me show you. Let me see if I have Dr. Carolina's pictures or not. As a final thing. I'm sure most of you already seen it. But since I'm already talking about it, let me go ahead and see. If I have it. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's right here. No. Why did I do that? Okay, so Dr. Carolina with the uniform on, she has the headscarf. She also has the glasses and the badge on the, well, I can see it right. But anyways, so you see the headscarf, you see the uniform, you see the brunette here, the body size frame. Okay, this is her right here. This is the doctor. That's her man. Oh yeah. So anyways, okay. So anyways, that's her man right there, right here, and that's her. And you see how? Look at her man. Look at his size. Yeah, he actually kind of like has a teenage boy body, but then a old man face. Let me. Oh my bad. I didn't mean to say that. Oh, I'm talking about people. I might edit that out. What am I talking about? Yeah, I need to stop. Okay, so anywho, so this now pay attention to her. She's wearing like she has a brunette hair. She loves wearing like headscarves and bandanas or headbands. Pay attention, like look at her legs, right? See her body size. And then also her man compared to her man who is small, right? Wait. I might need to zoom out. Yeah, this is Dr. Carolina Ornelas. She wears glasses, and if you look in the photo, the doctor is wearing glasses. This is more of a close-up picture of her. And you have to remember, when you have someone close up, then you're going to see their full body more and bigger than it was. Obviously, everybody knows if you get close to something, it gets bigger. Let's see. Where's the other one? But yeah, right here you can see she has the scarf on her head, glasses, and like a purplish uniform with the badge on the right-hand side. That's her. Here's another photo. Where is it? Where's the other one? But anyways, yeah, so basically I'm just showing everybody so you can then from there you can just try to make comparisons. And then of course you need a picture of Shanquella that's more recent as well. Do I have that one? I don't have that one video. But if you have that one video, if you have that other one, like her other, what you can do is like some of the photos people are posting are from younger ages, and those are when she really, to be honest, she doesn't really have that much booty, And she's also, her thighs are slim, like she's in high school. Those are high school pictures people are posted. And then there's other more recent ones where she has her thighs are bigger, and then her butt is bigger too, and everything else. So you have to look at make sure you're looking at the right photos. But as far as the doctor, her full profile standing up, this is her right here. This is how the doctor looks standing up. So this is probably the best picture with the headscarf, glasses, the same one kneeling on the floor. So headscarf, glasses, and the one kneeling. And she's kneeling right here on the floor with the headscarf and glasses. That's Dr. Ornelas, and this is her body size. So basically, I showed you everybody's body size. This is the Dr. Ornelas standing up. This is her body size. Let me go to Shanquella's Facebook and see what her most recent one on there was. Oh, that's wrong. Why is popping it? And then where's the other one? And then these are the paramedics. This is their like body size, like standing up. Okay. Now let me go to Shanquella's Facebook and see like more recent one. I actually had a video that was more recent and more like closer up, but I don't have that right now like on hand. Let me go to her Facebook page. Hold on. Actually, that one photo is actually kind of enough. The one on her IG. Here's it. Right, this picture of Shanquella is, this is older too. This is 2015, so this is still in high school. So this is her in this is a high school picture. And also, I just showed you the doctor, remember? So that's Shanquella, the high school right there. That's 2015. And then, what is it? Share screen. I don't really think she has a better recent picture standing up. Let's see. This is also 2015. See, a lot of people are using this photo, but this is not like a recent. These are not recent pictures. Even use this picture right here as a comparison. I think the most recent one is actually on her IG. Anyway, that's about it. I have for today to discuss. So yes, Nazir has known Winter and Dejanay at least for those 5 years based on those posts. Okay, and this is Shanquella, of course. And it says, this is 45 weeks ago. So that's not too far back. Well, this is more recent than those other 2015. So basically, just take all these into consideration of everybody's sizes. So she's definitely smaller than those two paramedics, obviously. And this 67 weeks ago. Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Have a great day. And yeah, I'm gonna actually split these videos in half and just have Jaylen Lewis first. And make sure you also people keep on leaving the same comment. Like, I guess I need to actually update all my videos with the description box, because on every video people keep saying, what's the petition? Where is the petition? Where is the petition? I want to sign it. And I promise I'm saying the petition like in every video. So change.org/Shanquella. So I probably need to put it on a thumbnail or something, but people leaving comments like, where is the video? I'm like, I'm saying it in the video, but people under the comments, in the comment section, people say, I want to sign it. Where is it? I'm like, change.org/Shanquella. So I guess people are really wanting just like the link to it. So what I will do is, I think like one of my mods before were leaving the petition link in the comments, and then I will pin the comment. So I guess on every video for Shanquella, I will actually pin the comment with the petition link, because that's like the top thing. Like, where's the petition? Now I'm happy people want to sign the petition, but I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what the petition is? So the easy way to remember is change.org/Shanquella. I made it simple. So sign that one, change.org/Shanquella. I'm put that one. And then for Jaylen Lewis, that's change.org. And for Shanquella, I need everybody to be contacting the mayor and governor, because I need them to actually be using their voice and power and status within the community. Hey, Raw. Good night, Bella. What if Nazir took this picture and sent it to Gerardo? I don't think so. No, he didn't. He didn't get this from him. The reason I know is because I talked to Gerardo about the pictures. Oh shoot, I should never said that, because I'm gonna be next thing I know, I'm gonna be a part of the conspiracy mess. So basically I asked Gerardo try to get information about the pictures myself, like who sent the pictures or how he got the pictures. And he said something about, what did he say? He said something about protecting the paramedic or protecting him. He didn't want to put something out. So that told me, he kind of answered my question in the wrong way, but the way he answered it kind of told me it probably was another, it was some guy on the scene that took the picture and gave it to him. But he didn't want to give the guy's name up, because he said the guy's already being questioned by police or whatever. So he didn't want to blast him. Yeah. Oh, Lord. I actually should be saying, when I say Dr. Gerardo, I'm trying to get information from him, y'all. Don't try to don't be having me hashtag and put in videos saying I'm part of some conspiracy with Gerardo. I'm trying to get information out of him and get him to do certain things with Daya De La Rosa Naya, who he has connections with. That's it. Oh Lord, I can see it now. I can see it. Please hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button on y'all way out. But yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and sign both of these petitions, change.org/Shanquella and change.org/Jaylen Lewis. I'm going to be making more calls for both of these people for for both of these, Shanquella and Jaylen Lewis. And tomorrow I'm going to make phone calls. I gave the information for the mayor, Governor Lau, who should also be speaking on this, who has not yet. Here's the number right here. Call there and leave a voicemail. If she doesn't answer, put pressure on her to use her voice in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for Governor Roy Cooper, that's his number right there. So also call and make sure you're also putting pressure on him. And here's a secret. I actually have his email, like a personal email address, right? But I can't post it because it's personal. But I did put it on a petition. So yeah, you can email him as well to tell him to use his voice and power and status within the community to bring awareness to Shanquella. Because if you actually Google Shanquella, it's kind of going, to be honest, it's going dead in the media. It's nothing being reported on it. That's why you don't really see. How it works is that the news articles, they post on Shanquella, and then YouTubers give commentary on what the news articles post. So if you go to the news, Google, and you actually search Shanquella, and you don't see any updated news on the case, then YouTubers don't have anything to report on or give updates on. The latest thing was how everyone can send a letter to Mexico, even if you're not in the area, by sending it to this email address right here. And your letter will be mailed on February 18, 2023, with everybody else's letter in a pink envelope. Okay. But basically, if I go to Google, like I'm on there right now, the last thing that they reported on was about everyone sending these pink envelopes to Mexico to put pressure on them as a symbolic united effort and everything else. And the thing I said before about the event is, obviously the media will go to the event. They will take pictures and photographs, and then YouTubers will talk about the event, and then her name will be kept alive. What's happening now is, to be honest, if you look before they talked about these letters, it was complete silence, kind of like in the media about it, besides when Gerardo interviewed Daya de la Rosa Naya. So it's slowly, to be honest, not going to really be anything to report on Shanquella at all. So it's going to be less attention brought to it. And that's not good at all. So we definitely have to try to at least, even if someone isn't making videos on it, you can still be calling and emailing. I have the information on the petition of who you can call and who you can email and how you can apply some kind of pressure. So everything isn't always about like a video or online. Some things are done off camera, and you can just video, you can email and call. So a lot of things I do are not even on camera. Like sometimes I actually do calls because people are like, why are you telling people to call when you're not calling? Why are you telling people to email when you're not emailing? Whatever I tell y'all to do, I do. I also file complaints. I email, I report, I do the same thing. So I just do that to show y'all that I'm actually doing it too. Right. But anyways, y'all have a good night. And yeah, just make sure you sign and share the petition. And please help tonight. Just go on Twitter and hashtag Justice for Jaylen Lewis. And everybody that does it, I will, if your page is public and I see it, I will retweet it on the Justice for Jaylen Lewis Twitter page. So there's a Justice for Jaylen Lewis Twitter page. I'm going to go on there after a few hours. I'm going to go on there. If anybody used the hashtag, I'll know it because I'll search for the hashtag and I'll retweet everybody that hashtagged his name. Another thing I've just heard about recently, good night, I heard about is Zaylee Flores? And to be honest, I'm interested in that kind of, because I'm getting some kind of weird thing going on with that. Have y'all heard of Zaylee Flores? Wow. But that's not something I will actually want to, obviously, to be honest, like do the same thing with Shanquella and Jaylen. I'm just saying, as a viewer and as just an onlooker, I'm curious about that Zaylee Flores and what's happening with that child. It's like a lot going on with that. It's kind of reminding me of something else I heard about before that happened on here, kind of some similarities, but I'm not going to talk about it. All right, y'all, have a good night. But if you're watching this later and you listen in the comments, are y'all interested in that Zaylee Flores case? PM channel. That's why I love your channel. I know that you are proactive with calls and emails. All the people I email, I receive the information with your channel. Love your ethics. Thank you. I'm glad that you also emailing people as well. And yeah, I try to make it easy because obviously if I say email and call, people are like, who should I email? Who should I call? So I try to provide all the information needed or that's necessary to make it simpler so everyone can just be on top of it. And like I said, we did get somewhere with Jaylen Lewis. We did get a redacted police report, but it's still not enough. So we still have a long road and fight ahead of us, right? All right. Bye. Have a good night.